strange boy, that Gabe Bailey. At 12 years old, most thought him just another quiet kid hiding behind big round glasses. Put him beside a campfire with a story to tell. Something magical happened. The gift was already in him, you see, that rare ability to make others believe. Them believe that stories don't just reside in stuffy old books. Make them believe that stories can let our imaginations take wing, rising like sparks to touch the stars.
They say the oldest trees in these woods don't cast shadows on moonless nights. Instead, they leave behind footprints of silver light, like they've been walking since sunset, visiting each other to share secrets that only 100-year-old pines would know. Last August, my grandfather vanished on a moonless night. They found his ranger truck parked by the old, fiery road, his flashlight still clicking in the passenger seat, batteries long dead. His jacket was draped over the tallest pine's lowest branch, perfectly folded, like he'd decided to step out of it and into somewhere else. The search teams combed these woods for weeks, but what they didn't know, what I never told them, was that the night before he disappeared, he'd left me a voicemail. His voice was different, excited like a kid's. "The trees," he whispered. "They're finally telling me their story. All these years of listening, and tonight they're letting me in." See, my grandfather didn't just listen to the pines. He kept records, 50 summers of notebooks, documenting every tale told around every campfire. He believed the trees were collecting them, storing them like rings in their trunks. What he really wanted to know was why. Why did these ancient pines need our stories? 3 days ago, I found his last notebook in that ranger truck. The final entry was just one line: "The trees don't collect stories, they collect storytellers." And now, on moonless nights like this, if you walk these woods alone, you might catch glimpses of silver footprints moving between the pines. Sometimes, if you're very quiet, you can hear voices in the wind, all the missing storytellers, sharing tales that no living person was ever meant to hear. Here's the thing about the trees in these woods: they're patient. They can wait decades for the perfect story, for the right storyteller. And when they find one, well, they do get lonely, standing in one place for hundreds of years. My grandfather's jacket is still hanging on that tallest pine. Some folks say we should take it down, but I know better. It's not an ordinary jacket anymore. On moonless nights, if you look real careful, you can see it move, like someone's wearing it, gesturing with empty sleeves, telling stories to the dark. I've started avoiding the woods on moonless nights, but sometimes when the wind is just right, I swear I can hear my grandfather's voice, mixed with others whispering between the pines. Come join us. We have so many stories to tell.
quiet corner of Bailey Books and Wonder, a boy found more than just stories. He found himself. Every dog-eared page, every weathered spine, every faded illustration was a door to a new world. And Gabe found all the keys.
There is a destiny that shapes our ends, of hewn though it may be.
He soared over Neverland with Peter Pan, discovering that growing up didn't mean leaving wonder behind.
Growing up doesn't mean leaving magic behind. It means finding new ways to fly. Through stories, through dreams, through believing. Second star to the right isn't just a direction. It's a promise that wonder never really ends. Dr. Doyle got it wrong. These aren't monsters. They're like mole and rat, part of their own world. Every creature needs its own river. I am back for one more adventure, straight on till morning.
You've got the look of a reader about you, lad. And in my experience, them what reads maps and stars often find the richest treasures.
Gabe sailed with Long John Silver to Treasure Island, learning that truth could wear many faces, and that the greatest treasures weren't always marked with an X.
The sea doesn't belong to pirates or sailors or captains. It belongs to the dreamers, who is calling us to find out what's next. A river isn't just something to study. It's a story that carries all of us along together.
Through Mole and Rat's riverbank adventures in the wind and the willows, he understood that friendship could be found in the gentlest of places. And in Robin Hood's Sherwood Forest, he learned that courage often meant standing up for others. By age 12, Gabe knew every creaking floorboard in the bookshop, every dust mote dancing in the light, every secret space between the shelves. But more than that, he knew the invisible paths that led from this world to some other place entirely. Some kids had tree houses or secret hideouts. Abe found entire universes waiting between the covers of a book. His round glasses caught the light of 1,001 adventures, his hair swept by winds from countless worlds, his freckles mapping stories like the stars in the night sky, and that gap-toothed smile grew wider and wider with every new discovery, every fresh page, every untold tale. They say books can change a life, but for Gabe, books didn't just change his life, they revealed it, page by precious page, showing him not just who he was, but who he could become. This is his story, or rather, this is just the first chapter of his extraordinary tale. So it begins.
Most saw only a boy in a lifeguard chair that summer afternoon, perched above the pool, big round glasses catching light, turning pages of an old Hemingway novel. The water stretched blue and endless below, like Santiago's ocean. Pool tiles making patterns of light and shadow, in lines reaching toward deeper waters. Gabe had always found magic between pages, words that shimmered and danced, stories that whispered their secrets. But today, the old fisherman's tale would give him something more than dreams. When Tommy slipped beneath the surface, time seemed to pause like a long-held breath. The afternoon sun caught in water droplets as Gabe moved, each moment crystal clear. Down through layers of blue, rippling shadows and dancing light, her water tasted of salt and determination. They say time moves differently in stories, stretching like sunlight through water until a single moment contains whole worlds. Something shifted in the space between reality and imagination, where pool water mixed with ocean waves, where a boy's simple courage met an old man's endless strength. The sun set on a different Gabe Bailey that evening, walking home with a damp book under his arm, stories trailing behind him like ripples in still water. Perhaps the most powerful story of all is the one where a single life saved allows countless others to begin. There are places in this world where magic still lives.
My father used to say every book is a doorway to another world. Now they call them relics, whispers of a forgotten past. But when I turn these pages, I am swept away to another place, another time, another world.
Strange boy, that Gabe Bailey. At 12 years old, most thought him just another quiet kid hiding behind big round glasses. Put him beside a campfire with a story to tell. Something magical happened. The gift was already in him, you see. That rare ability to make others believe. Them believe that stories don't just reside in stuffy old books. It them believe that stories can let our imaginations take wing, rising like sparks to touch the stars.
A 130 years of Bailey's books, and I might be the one who loses it all. I might be the one that loses everything.
You've been given a rare gift, Gabe. Chance to see what the world would look like without your family's bookshop, without your stories, without you.
I want to live again. I want to live. This isn't just about the bookshop, Mr. Stone. Every child who found their future in these books, every kid who discovered 1,001 nights in this very store, that's what you're trying to erase. Bailey's isn't a business. It's a dream. And dreams are not something you can get your grubby hands on.
In a quiet corner of Bailey Books and Wonder, a boy found more than just stories. He found himself. Every dog-eared page, every weathered spine, every faded illustration was a door to a new world. And Gabe, well, Gabe found all the keys. He sailed with Long John Silver to Treasure Island, learning that truth could wear many faces, and that the greatest treasures weren't always marked with an X. He soared over Neverland with Peter Pan, discovering that growing up didn't mean leaving wonder behind. Through Mole and Rat's riverbank adventures in the wind and the willows, he understood that friendship could be found in the gentlest of places. And in Robin Hood's Sherwood Forest, he learned that courage often meant standing up for others. By age 12, Gabe knew every creaking floorboard in the bookshop, every dust mote dancing in the light, every secret space between the shelves. But more than that, he knew the invisible paths that led from this world to some other place entirely.